Superman.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cosmic Panel, where today we are revisiting Earth M. Superman and Spider-Man is the book that we are talking about today. The sequel to Superman versus Spider-Man. This book
Actually,
is
it's Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man.
that nasal voice was too accurate.
My nose is a little clogged up right now, so like it worked.
This is a very curious book. It's very odd book. As you guys know, we do peculiar pulls where we talk about these weird books that just
In a minute.
need some explaining, and it's been a long time since our last one of these, so we're very excited to talk about this book. But before we do, we want to give a quick plug to ourselves. We buy comic books, we then sell them. So if you guys are looking for any in particular books, we recommend you guys follow us on Instagram at The Cosmic Panel. No periods, no underscores, nothing, just The Cosmic Panel. We are doing claims shows over there. We are doing more conventions. We have an eBay that is linked in our Instagram bio, and all sorts of ways that you can support us. So if you're interested in comics from any era, I pretty much got it. Lukas and I are doing our best to bring you guys really cool stuff, and so we'd really appreciate your patronage.
But yeah, let's get into Superman and Spider-Man. This was interesting, but kind of more boring than the last one, weirdly enough. Like it felt weirdly like tamed in comparison to the last one. There wasn't as much goofy shenanigans. Spider-Man wasn't on the level of Superman this time. Like they didn't have that like absurd like power scaling where they were like, yes, he can fight Superman and be It's like they acknowledged like Spidey repeatedly is like, yeah, Superman can easily get out of this.
Superman just keeps bitching out Spidey the whole time.
Literally.
Like, I don't know. It's strange because they do acknowledge the first one. They do acknowledge
Yeah,
the
they
first
do.
issue once. For me
Lois
though,
Lane.
there should have been more uh references to the first story, because Spidey and Soups should be pretty like
Chummy chummy.
colloquial by now, you would think. And it's weird that Superman kept being like, don't worry about it, like I got it. Like it was really like weird, very strange.
Also, man
But
was
yeah.
not vouching for him at all. Like everyone was like, he's a criminal, and it's like, bro, why are you not telling anyone that he's like chill?
Yeah,
Like,
just
bro,
at the end, he waits till the very end.
yeah, he's like, yeah, I kind of thought they were nice. It's like, bro, Wonder Woman was like trying to kill him,
Yeah.
which that was weird. I was not expecting Hulk and Wonder Woman to be in this. Quite the strange. I do like. I'm not gonna lie. I really found it fun how Superman was just like, okay, playtime's over. Just started taking punches from Hulk and not moving, literally, and then just like bitch slapped him basically until he reverted.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was fun. The Wonder Woman fight was like it was okay. I like that he used his spider sense, but it was just like a thing of like this is kind of boring.
Yeah. Once again, having like the lack of explanation as to how these characters are all together. This time around, it felt even, I don't know, more forced,
Yeah,
because it's just like, oh, it's Wonder Woman. She used to live in New York, and it's like these little like one-liner explanations that are just
yeah,
very like weak and lackluster. Whereas I thought it was kind of funny the first time, and now it's like, I think you can do a little better than that.
yeah.
you know.
The great thing about the first one was like it was just Spidey and Soup. Like that was it. It was just them two, and so like we didn't really know if like the other heroes were in this universe. We didn't really understand. But the minute you start introducing all these different characters and these different heroes, now I want to know more about the world. Like I now at this point, I genuinely do want to know about this world. Like how did the Avengers form? Is the Justice League a thing? Like, is the Justice Society a thing? Did they help Cap during World War II? Like, these are questions that I'm like, okay, I'm now engaged and interested. Tell me, and then they don't. But referencing the first one, it's like that's cool. But like now that we've already done the surface level story, now I want a little bit more, especially because of surprisingly how well thought out the villains' plans are. Like I was kind of surprised by. I really will say I actually really like how Doom is written in this. Like surprisingly smart. like weirdly smart to the point where you're like, okay, this is what an average comic book, at least from like this age, should be written. Like yeah, he has his
Sure.
goofy moments, but like like running into the Latvian embassy like a child running from like a person playing tag.
You can touch me.
You can't touch, you can't do that. Literally, I
Yeah.
literally wrote that in my notes. I was like, man is just. I wrote that, and I also wrote, man loves to hear himself yap when he was like talking about like, oh, play that back to me later. About his monologue.
No, it's very classic Doom. He's fun. He's got a very involved plan.
Very involved.
It's a pretty creative world domination strategy, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, taking away all these things of power to then, you know, make your thing in demand, you know. So that was interesting.
Also, the thing with Soups was the beam was like really interesting too. I was surprised by that.
The lining his clothing with
Yeah,
the
because
kryptonite.
by the time we got back to that, I'd already like almost forgotten about it, and I was like, oh yeah, he did do that. That was actually like smart.
Yeah, that's one thing that I don't know if it's super necessary, but just the length of the story. It's a little long-winded,
It
but it
feels
does
longer than
allow
the
for
other one.
those moments for callbacks like that.
Yeah,
Would you say it feels longer?
it feels longer, but I know it's shorter. It's a third shorter than the first one.
A third?
Yeah, the first
Wow.
one was 90 like 6 pages. This one's like 63.
So two-thirds. Oh, sorry, a third shorter.
Yeah, third shorter.
Got it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's like weird how this feels longer.
Yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
don't know
there's
if
like,
it's because the dialogue.
yeah, I was gonna say there's thought bubbles, there's speech bubbles, and there's narration bubbles all in like one panel.
Yeah,
And so
like
each panel is like laborious to
they're
get through.
really busy. They're
Yeah.
really busy.
Yeah. But there's some fun gimmicks in this. I enjoy Clark and Peter swapping, you know, places of employment.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's a fun idea.
I love him getting a raise. Peter.
Yeah. And Perry just paying like just so much more for
Yeah.
everything Peter does.
3 times the amount, bro.
Yeah, I think he said
Three
more than
times.
3 times.
That's insane, bro. That's highway robbery. Like you really get a context for like, you know what? Fuck J. Jonah Jameson. Fuck that shit, bro. Like at
And
this
Peter
point,
literally has Stockholm syndrome about it too. It's crazy.
yeah, he's like worried, and then yeah, he goes back to fucking J. Jonah Jameson and like tells him, and I'm like, damn. Well, J. Jonah Jameson is probably gonna kick him to the curb to not pay him that much.
Yeah, that was a funny panel to end on. Be
Yeah,
like, hey, so how about a raise? But yeah, this is mostly a lighthearted, eh, you know, approachable story. I would say you get origins for just about every character in this story, every main character,
yeah,
um, because it feels to me as like they're either going to introduce a brand new audience to these characters because this is just like a huge book and everyone should know about it, or they're introducing DC fans to Marvel characters and vice versa. So there's definitely some like exposition pages that I'm like, these definitely feel forced, but I think they're just trying to uh, introduce people to these characters.
yeah. No, I do like how much background talk is happening a lot of the time. A lot of the dialogue is really witty, and I love it. Like the whole thing with Lana and Lois is really funny. Like I literally took a screenshot. Hello, Clark, slumming with the print media folks again. I see. That's a newspaper, Lana. You know, actual journal, real journalism. It's like I
Mm-hmm.
love the little like back and forth they have, where it's like jab between like television reporting versus like news reporting.
You know, this feels very much of its era. You know, it has its old school charm. You know, for sure.
Super ventriloquism.
Well, yeah. What the fuck? Oh my god, I forgot about that. Wait, so go through your notes
That's
a little bit because
that's
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 I've never
that's
heard of that shit.
so that's actually a consistent power. Weirdly enough,
Never heard.
bro, it literally happens in World's Finest. Like Mark Wade uses it
I,
in like an issue. Like I was
I
searching it
guess I
up
forgot
again.
about it.
Yeah, no, it's a thing where like he throws his voice and like can copy people's voice. It's so weird. It's like a thing of like that's less of like a superpower, more of like you just got really good at that for some reason.
I just don't see any basis for it. Like that's my
No,
problem.
it
Was
makes
like,
no sense. Like I guess
how would
maybe his
he?
like super breath allows him to throw it farther, but like still, like what?
That's so strange.
It's so
And then
weird.
he just fucking
Yeah, he's just
stomps his
stomping.
foot to shake the building, scare everyone out. I was like, shit, bro, you're gonna fucking take the place down. What you
Yeah,
doing?
literally. But yeah, let me go over some of my notes. Okay, Peter with the pop collar. pretty great. You know, you got the pop collar, you got the one button, talking to the one college lady, and then immediately getting roasted for not having money.
Mm-hmm.
And he took that shit to heart, bro. He got real angry about that. Hulk fucking causing like an actual like the equivalent of like a hurricane within like cities. Like bro's just actually causing
Shattering windows and that shit.
bro, like there's a whole like train derailment thing that they show, and I'm like, what the
Well, even earlier, yeah.
yeah, it's like
Yeah, he
what
just like tore up some area, yeah.
it's like people are dead. People are for sure dead, bro. Bro, soups, where are you?
Mm-hmm.
Like what the fuck are you doing, my guy? Oh man, we heard about him. He traveled across 3 states. Bro, you should have stopped him at the first city.
Yeah. All
Steve
because he had a gnat
Lombard.
in his ear.
I wrote Steve Lombard is genuinely the worst coworker.
Yeah. What good does he serve?
Yeah, literally it's he says Clark says, when you put the doggy do in my desk drawer, it hasn't been long enough, Steve. Like what the fuck? Bro, you're putting dog shit in people's drawers? What is
Yeah.
wrong with that means that this man went out, found dog shit, went, I should put this in Clark Kent's grabbed it, probably with his dumb ass, probably grabbed it barehanded and put it in and walked away. Probably didn't even clean it. He probably licked his fingers clean.
And then he tries to get him with the fucking
Posted
water
it.
flower trick, and Clark somehow, without him noticing, late fucking eye beams his lapel flower to get it to hit himself. And so I don't understand how he did that.
So like in some of the live action depictions, they've like made it so that the heat vision isn't really like an actual like ray. It's more of just like literal heat waves coming from his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like Smallville, like you know how when it's really hot you see like literal waves. That's how like Smallville basically depicted it. So that's like the way I kind of took this.
Mm,
Was like
interesting.
there's like little waves. You don't notice it unless you're like actually looking for it.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, Steve Lombard, and then later he fucks with Peter, and it's like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? This is why no one likes you.
Yeah.
Like putting a post-it note on Peter, basically like I struck out with Lana. It's like
Mm-hmm.
fuck off.
Yeah, I'm glad that he gets back at him by webbing his chair up.
Oh yeah, and then his the person he's flirting with is like, you told me to shut up. Shut the you know what? Fuck you. It's like gets really angry at him. I kind of love that she's like actually like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Like how dare you disrespect me?
And then after he strikes out with Lana, Peter's just incredibly horny for the rest of the issue.
Bro, what is with everyone being so horny in this fucking book, bro? Parasite's like, I need the touch of a woman. It's like, bro, chill the fuck out. Bro, why are
That
you
was
giving
like
that was
that
so
that was a little more
wild.
like there's basis for that. But Peter all of a sudden just being like, oh, I hope it's a girl calling me, and then it's just Aunt May, and it's just like he's just
Wonder
fiending, and then he's like trying to flirt with Wonder Woman. He's like, can we get married? Like
yeah,
just all that shit. It's
bro,
like,
like
bro,
calm
are
the
you
fuck
good?
down. Bro, and you know what? I know the difference between this timeline. He doesn't have Black Cat. That's the difference. Without Black Cat, his entire trajectory changes. He becomes a straight up incel.
Mm-hmm.
But I love how Superman's just like shut the like the big boys are talking when like him and Hulk are fighting and Spidey's just like enters. He's like, get the fuck out of here, bro!
Yeah, he
Like
just
you
keeps
ain't.
bitching him out.
And literally Peter puts, hey, hold on, Big Shot. What am I, the water boy? It's like, yeah, you literally are, my guy. These two, don't fuck with these two right now, bro. This is not. This is not the area. This is not the time to fuck around with them, oh, man. And then like none of the I said this like none of the cops shoot Bruce as soon as he detransforms. Not realistic. 0 out of 10. You know for
The
sure cops would have capped his ass as soon as he detransformed.
There's such a lack of like follow through with the Hulk stuff too.
Yeah,
He just like keeps getting captured and he's just being thrown around. He's just like a plot device, which is weird because I feel like they do spend a little more time with Wonder Woman. Maybe it's just because she can speak in coherent sentences. I don't know.
Bruce doesn't even get a speaking line. It's only Hulk.
Right, right.
It's so weird, but also like I don't know, make it like the trial of Hulk. Like that could have been a fun twist, of like have them both reporting on it, quote unquote. I
Yeah.
don't know, just an idea.
No, but it's just weird that we never see him at Star Labs, and the next time we see him, like he's already been captured by Doom again. It's like,
Yeah, it's
okay,
like, bro,
I
what is
guess.
happening? I did take the screenshot of this one monologue from Doom, which was genuinely gas. When he's talking to Superman, he goes, "You and I are the mightiest beings on the planet. I choose to exert my power to impose my will upon the world. You choose not to. And yet, even that choice does indeed affect the lives of every man, woman, and child on Earth, condemning them, in fact, to poverty, disease, famine, and to the hideous suffering they inflict upon one another. You cannot escape it, Superman. You dictate the fate of mankind one way or another." That's
Yeah,
crazy. That's bars, bro.
yeah. That was like I thought the most like high highbrow, if you will, but like most like quality like moment in the whole book.
Yeah. And then Soup going, but what can I do? Seize power and try to remake the world into a utopia that would put me into a class with men like Hitler and you. And then Doom is like, you misjudge me, Superman. I'm not a raging Fuhrer, wringing hatred from misfit followers. My kingdom is a place of peace and contentment. You must visit Latveria. You are always welcome. And then immediately he tries to capture him. But like,
No,
he's kind of
some
spitting
cool
facts
dialogue.
though.
Yeah,
He's kind of spitting facts. Oh yeah, the lead rug pull that Superman uses to escape the kryptonite gas. He like rubs it, like
yeah.
literally
I don't know.
wraps
I don't
himself
know
in like
how
lead.
feasible that is for him if he's already being weakened by kryptonite,
It was so weird.
but he thinks to himself, at least I had enough strength to roll this
Yeah,
lead
literally.
into. Yeah,
Someone's oh yeah, when like the dialogue of the New Yorker, someone said, "Geez, is that Thor?"
yeah, I
And
saw
then
that.
I don't have my contacts in. What's going on? And I said, "Person at the bottom is me for real, for real." Just not being able to see anything without my contacts in.
Yeah, and then it just cuts to montage of Soups just trying to do everything at once.
Also, why the fuck the weird Luke Skywalker reference, but then you reference Darth Vader normally the next like
Yeah,
sentence? Like that was weird.
lukewarm water or C3D2 or
You literally
something.
got it correct. Yeah.
And then he
And
just
then Darth
says
Vader.
Darth Vader. Like,
Yeah, it's like
huh? Did you
I was
guys
like,
have permission to say Darth Vader but not Luke and C3? It was weird.
it was so weird. Plus, like
Yeah.
Marvel at this time was definitely doing Star Wars comics. So
Yeah,
like,
70s.
yeah, so it's like what the fuck's happening here?
Yeah, it's very strange.
It's just weird in general. What else did I put here? Oh yeah, why is everyone so eager to believe the worst about me just because they read it in the papers? Doesn't anyone ever wonder about my side of the story? Hasn't it occurred to anyone that my biggest critic also happens to be all happen to own major dailies and I don't, and they never print my letters to the editor? Man really just said fuck fake news.
Yeah. You start to feel bad there.
Yeah, no, seriously. And then I wrote, Pete, stop acting like a creep. And when it was literally thinking about, do you consider marriage? I was like,
Yeah.
Pete, knock it the fuck off. Come
He's
on, man.
so awkward with it.
Parasite was giving like weird undertones with like that, like I need the touch of a woman, like especially while Wonder Woman is like passed out. It's like, oh,
Yeah. He's acting up the whole issue. He's just fucking struggling. I don't
yeah,
understand how he was feeding off of Spidey from a distance. That's not a parasite ability, is it?
yeah. It's normal. No, it actually is. Like he gets his powers. Like he needs physical touch to like fully get it, like to like get like a ton.
Okay.
But like he can absorb like because it usually happens with Superman where it's like he will usually get closer and then Superman will start getting weaker just because he's like sapping the solar radiation from it. It's like a
Mm,
radiation thing more than
okay.
anything else.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. But I didn't realize that how Paris. I never like actually read how Parasite got his like powers in the comics. I only know like the animated movie. This motherfucker got it the dumbest fucking way possible. He put payroll in radioactive waste containers, and man just opened it up and went, just got
Yeah.
like, bro, you're a fucking moron. I was surprised that Parasite and Doom won the first time. Like I was kind of surprised. I was like, damn, okay, they just beat the robot. And then Parasite was like, man, that was easy. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. That was not. But like, you won. But don't be like, yeah, that was easy as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I think Doom, when he plans, has like the potential to really fuck some shit up. So, I mean, it's not completely out of left field for him to be able to take on Superman.
Yeah. But the question I have for you: who would have been better than Parasite?
Well, it's funny because I think Doctor Doom is less of a villain to Spidey than Parasite is to Superman.
Yeah.
Superman Parasite, that's makes sense to me. Like Doctor Doom and Spider-Man is always strange to me. Who besides Parasite?
Yeah, I have a list of some major like
Just
Superman
well,
villains.
my problems with Doctor Doom, like yes,
Really?
it allows for a larger scale story with world domination and like that stuff, but the matchup doesn't make as much sense to me. Like Ock and Otto
Lex feel
and
natural.
Lex is a little more natural. I mean, I think they're just of the same importance in their respective heroes' stories.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fair.
see them as necessarily similar like villains per se, but yeah, Doctor Doom was what really threw me off. It's just such a weird choice to me, but again, it allows for a grander scale.
Yeah.
I don't know, Doctor Doom, and now I'm just thinking of Doctor Doomsday from the Amalgam universe, but no.
I have a list here though if you want me to read it out of some characters that were like would have been viable for them to do. Mr. Mixelpidalic, which I think that would have been a fun way to quote unquote explain the universes colliding. I think that could have been fun. Brainiac, General Zod. This
Those
is
make more sense with Doom.
yeah, exactly. Like I think Brainiac would have been like a perfect fit in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
Um, this is for me. Ultra Humanite would have been funny. Dark Side or Composite Superman.
We get Gibbon for Spidey and Ultra Humanite for
Yeah, there you go, there you go, there you go. But yeah, no, I
no,
think
the monkeys.
I don't know. I feel like Parasite is like no. I agree that like Doom is not like necessarily a Spider-Man villain, but like he is like a world Marvel universe like world villain. So
Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna do that, you have to do like a villain that is like on equivalent scale to the DC universe, and I feel like Brainiac would be like a nice
Yeah.
solid
No, it's
pick.
true. They just make like him a lackey to Doctor Doom.
Yeah,
Where I feel like Doc Ock and Lex were more. Uh,
collaborators.
yeah, exactly.
Pretty weak in comparison to the first one. It's fine, but like I get why they don't. I mean, I get why there isn't a third one. You know what I mean?
It's less creative than the first. I think powering up Spidey with like the red solar radiation was really cool. There was like more creative stuff. And again, just having this trope again where like there's no explanation for this universe.
It's fun the first time.
Yeah, it's fun the first time and just is confusing the second time.
Yeah,
Uh, Especially with all these one-liner explanations of like how they know each other or how they did this or how they did that. That kind of thing. Doom just has access to kryptonite, pretty easily it seems, stuff like that.
I feel like Doom would be the type of motherfucker to have like gold kryptonite on hand. Like he wouldn't even like he'd be like green kryptonite not good enough. Give me gold. Like he
Sure,
wouldn't
sure.
he would not like take a risk. Yeah, kind of weird, kind of weird. It's weird to see these two worlds combined, especially during this period of time because like they hadn't really hit like their climaxes of like crossovers in their own universes yet. Like Secret Wars and Crisis on Infinite Earths, they're still like relatively not, I guess, down to earth, quote unquote. They're not like dealing with like cosmic level threats consistently.
I remember what I was gonna say also, which is Doctor Doom like does cross paths with Spidey, pretty early on, but not like to a large level like this where Spidey has to stop like a world domination plot from Doom.
Yeah, he kidnaps Flash. Doom kidnaps Flash by accident and puts him in a fishbowl.
I think I vaguely
Yeah, it's
vaguely
like
recall
issue
that.
it's like issue 4 or 5. It's really early on.
Yeah.
And literally they have Doom sneaking up behind a fence to get Peter.
Right.
So
So yeah, I mean they interact, but it's just not who I think of when I think. It's not the first person I think of when I think
definitely
Spidey
not.
villain. Like I would have preferred, if you're gonna go Doc Ock the first time, do Green Goblin the second time. You know, uh, I'm sure. I mean, Green Goblin Mixapitalic wouldn't be bad. That could be some
Ooh, that
crazy hijinks between the two of them.
that could have been fun visuals too, like
Mm-hmm.
making him an actual goblin or something,
Yeah,
giving him like
definitely.
a portion of his power or something.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely an odd pairing. But I think it's funny that Parasite was able to have some residual spider sense.
Yeah, that was
Stop
actually.
to stop from putting on the harness.
I actually do like that though. That was like a good, in my opinion, like story explanation for why like he would find that out. of like all the reasons. That's like a good way to be like, wait, something isn't right here.
They were really throwing the Spidey senses all around, though. It was really funny. Him having a spider sense go off when what's his face tags the sign on his back. Um,
Yeah.
it's like I thought it was only when you're in danger. Like,
Well,
but
his
then
reputation is in danger.
his reputation, yeah. But then I like the use of it when he's trying to figure out how to defuse the reactor,
Yeah, that was
and
actually smart.
he senses that by putting the lever too far, I mean to the right, that he's gonna blow it up, and he's like, "Oh, okay, my spider sense is telling me not to do that." So that's kind of neat. I like that. That was
Yeah, thank
a
God
neat
he only
use.
had two options in that scenario.
Yeah, a lot of classic like this is science. We're gonna over explain this contraption and hopefully it'll make sense in the end, or it'll make so much sense that the reader won't care.
Yeah, literally. But this is fun. This is fun. This is like a decent continuation. I get why like they get grander and grander each time they cross over. What is the next cross? I know this is the second canonical DC Marvel crossover. I have to wonder what the third is, you know?
Batman versus Hulk, I believe, is the third crossover to happen between DC and
Mm.
Marvel, and I'm very curious to see if they do take place in Earth M again. I would assume so, based on the fact that we already know Hulk exists here and they haven't introduced Batman yet. But that was just my assumption. So, like and comment below if you guys want us to read Batman vs. Hulk.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a totally fair and equal fight on both sides.
How much prep time does Batman have? I
Bro,
do have a
actually, he could.
copy. Yeah, I do have a copy that I'll hopefully be getting soon. So that's the
It's.
last crossover book I need.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not gonna lie. As long as I guess, because like the thing is, Hulk isn't immune to inhalants. I guess like as long as like Batman has like a single sleeping pellet or some shit, like you could probably like knock him out, right? Like I
Bath
would have.
salts, go!
Yes. It's just like throw him like sneezing powder, go, just like sneezes like half
Hulk,
of the
huff
truck.
this glue.
Hulk hit this nitrous.
Hulk, there's this new galaxy gas that's hitting the streets, dude. You gotta try it.
Galaxy gas made a new flavor with your name on it. It's all called Hulk Gamma Gas.
Mm-hmm.
Hulk must inhale.
Hulk huff.
Hulk huff this.
Hulk strongest fiend there is.
Oh god, man, brain rot version of DC versus Marvel is pure peak. I love
But I
this.
think we gotta read that next.
Yeah, it sounds pretty interesting. I'm interested to see how it builds up to JLA versus Avengers, if there's any build up.
Oh, that's a long ways apart. JLA Avengers is like late 90s.
Damn, yeah. So like, I wonder how many they have before then.
Yeah, I mean
Oh, I actually
there's
have a list here. Actually, wait. So we
well,
have
I was gonna say I almost know them at this point because I've been hunting them for so long.
okay.
But I just need the Batman vs Hulk. Well, I was gonna say that the next one should be. Well, yeah, you can check me if I'm right. I'm gonna say that the next one after Batman vs Hulk is X-Men Teen Titans.
Yep,
Okay,
correct.
and then I think we're gonna jump right to the 90s at that point. I don't think there's any other 80s ones. So I don't know the order of the 90s ones, but I'm gonna say that
Yeah, we do just jump to the 90s. 94 is the
yeah,
earliest.
94. I'm gonna say Batman Spider-Man then the first one.
Or well, for that one,
Green Lantern Silver Surfer.
it goes Batman Punisher Lake of Fire,
Right, yes, the Batman
and then
Punishers. That's right.
Punisher Batman Deadly Nights,
Right, they swapped those.
and then Darkseid versus Galactus.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, which I genuinely I'm actually interested in how that goes.
Yeah, that
It's
is a
like
cool one.
that's like one where I'm like, okay, I actually would like genuinely want to know what happens when these two meet.
Mm-hmm.
But then it goes Spider-Man, Batman,
Then Spider-Man, Batman.
Green Lantern, Silver
I know
Surfer.
there's Green Lantern, Silver Surfer. Daredevil, Batman have two. They have where they swap their orders listed, which is cool. What else?
Yeah, DC. That's after DC versus Marvel, and then there's All Access, and then Silver Surfer, Superman,
Yeah, I
Batman,
guess they
Captain
count
America.
like the amalgam stuff.
Yeah, There's Daredevil, Batman, Batman and Spider-Man again, Unlimited Access, Superman, Fantastic Four, which I actually did not know about that one.
Yeah,
Incredible Hulk, Superman,
I didn't know it was a treasury size.
Batman, Daredevil, King of New York,
Yep, that's the
and then it's
second one.
JLA, The Avengers.
Yeah, and that's where they just go crazy, and they have like pretty much I think every character.
Yeah.
Because issue 3 is just it's a wraparound cover with fucking everyone. It's amazing.
Well, if you want us eternally reading DC versus Marvel crossovers, hit that like button and comment down below.
Hey man, I won't complain. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Anything else?
Kryptonite forever. No. Yeah.
Don't forget to
Don't be a creep, Peter.
like, comment, subscribe, all the stuff we said at the beginning. Follow us on Instagram at The Cosmic Panel. Read comics and support your local comic shop. And bye-bye.
Bye-bye.